Hey guys, welcome to our week 11 scouting and news after our abysmal performance at the Rams last week. We lost 49 to 27. Uh, we play the Broncos this week, but looking at the stats here, the biggest fundamental issue was Jimmy Clausen in the offensive line. He took 6 sacks in this offensive line. He threw 3 picks. 2 of them were pick sixes. Uh, I think, though, because Cutler comes back the week with the Packers, so we'll be playing Peyton Manning with Jimmy Clausen. I believe. Let me take a look. Yeah, so Cutler's out for this game, and then he'll be back for the game against the Packers. We'll still losing Eddie Royal for 2 games. So we will actually stay, possibly with Jimmy Clausen. Matt Forte, we got to get him going when it comes to these games. I mean, that's going to be the big thing, especially from the stout defense. We had some issues from Ducasi here playing the right tackle, as well as Slauson struggled some during that last game, and so did Will Montgomery against Aaron Donald. So we're going hopefully we get a better performance. But this week when it comes to scouting, see if we have any scouting stories before we scout and look at a couple things. So still about Virgil Duncan, we've seen that one. Let's look at, I think this one's going to be a short one. Awards, weekly awards, week 10. So Drew Brees, 28 of 42, 492 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. He did throw 1 interception and take 2 sacks. The AFC, it's Le'Veon Bell, 29 carries, 204 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and then 2 receptions for 20 yards and a receiving touchdown. NFC defense, Greg Hardy, 8 tackles, 5 sacks. Just beasting it, whoever they played there. AFC defense, looking at us. Brandon Spikes, who got picked up by the Dolphins, 16 tackles, 1 fumble forced, and 1 fumble recovered. So we got a couple players here on their brand new teams putting it on defense. We are also going to look, as you can see, defensive yards wise, we are 8th in the NFL. So our defense is 8th. Our offense is, I believe, 9th after that abysmal performance. So we're 7th. We were 6th, but after that abysmal performance by Jimmy Clausen, quite didn't put up to that. And that kind of flags me in a way that we need to look at what we have and bring in. I think I'm going to end up being Clausen fails. I possibly could go in the preseason with 4 quarterbacks. Possibly. I'm not sure. West Coast balance zone. But first, let's look at some skill players. Some guys that could help me immediately. Left guard, really. See what these guys can do. Jared James out of Auburn, 23, is a run blocker, 6'3", 311. Good run block, good toughness, and good impact. So yeah, he would be a 5th round pick. But he would be a decent 5th round pick there. I think we're going to revamp our defense a lot. We're looking at Malcolm Pleasant here, 6'1", 249 from Hawaii, attacking 3'4", 22. See if we can add some depth at middle linebacker. pursuit, hit power, and tackle. So yeah, he would be a mid fourth rounder. Kind of Barnes, Stephen Fuller. Those guys are undrafted. Look at the outside linebackers. Let's look at Brian Gomez. Hit power, pursuit. Yeah, he's gonna go undrafted. From BYU. Here's one from Auburn. Pete Woods, 22, 6'1", 231. Should be more of a cover guy. Yeah, pursuit, tackle. Yeah. Here's one. Vanderbilt, 6'2", 253. He's a pass rusher. Good moves, good pursuit, good hit power. Yeah, he would be a 7th round pick with us. Let's get in Keon Ramsey. 5'11", 183. He's a zone guy. Good zone, good man. Ooh, good press. Late round pick though. I think we're going to be spending our first 2 picks on corners probably. So yeah, that's going to be a short video for today when it comes to news. When it comes to the whole marketing stuff, I'm just keeping it what it normally is. Let's actually look at our player marketing. So Alshon's our best one right now. Then Bennett, Forte, Kevin White, who's quote unquote injured, and Antron Roll. So we get Kevin White in the field. I think it's going to be way different. National popularity. So we're doing good. I think I want to see league. What's the stadium staff team success maybe? There's one that gives me the top jerseys in the league. It should have been in here. There it goes. So Aaron Rodgers, Richard Sherman, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, Peyton Manning, Clay Matthews, Jimmy Grant, Jordy Nelson, Eddie Lacy, Darrelle Revis. Yeah, we're not even close to any of those. So I need to bring in. We're going to do a lot of mixing and matching with how much cap room I have this year. I mean, look at the cap room. Looking at the cap room, we're going to be going in the off season with $38.1 million that we can spend. And realistically, how many players do we have to technically resign? Shea, Bellamy. We might see if we can get money on a low deal. See if we get Ratliff on a low deal. We're definitely gonna put some funds towards Shea. We're not gonna re-sign him. Josh Bellamy, we'll see if we can get him on the DL. Mariani, I'm moving off of Mariani, so I do need. Next time I will need possibly a receiver. But I can't wait to go with Alshon Jeffrey, Kevin White on the outside, Eddie Royal, and Marquise Wilson, and just pound the ball, people. With Cutler quarterback and Forte back there, better line, then I just gotta solve my defensive woes. So thank you all for joining me in our Week 11 scouting and news. Go ahead and tell me how you think I'm doing so far. I mean, we're 5-4. We've actually in real life, this is where I project the Bears at when it comes to the season. I projected them to be a 5-11 team. It's looking like it's possible they could do that in real life, or maybe win a couple more than that. But we've already uh, won more than my expectation, especially that first one against the Packers that we squeezed out. So tell me what you all think. All right, later, guys.